Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I've got mail, so come on along. This is from Linda at Linda's Mixed Up Mess. So let's see what she sent me today. Ooh. A little napkin collage on a, looks like a dictionary page. Oh, it's an envelope. She made an envelope out of it. And a little piece of washi tape here. And I wonder what's inside. Ooh, several goodies. Let's see. Beautiful envelope, Linda. Oh, she sent me another gnome. I love gnomes. Be your own kind of beautiful. A flower and a jewel and a little gnome. I think there's something inside there. Oh, we gotta open it up, I see. Oh, here we go. There's the top. Oh, she made a little paper bag, like my little paper bags. And she put ATC inside. A gnome and spring. And a leaf. Ooh, it's like a three-dimensional leaf. Like the leaf is falling. And a little jewel up there. Linda's Mixed Up Mess 2021. Oh, now look at the little ladybug. Oh, that's adorable, Linda. Little ladybug. I love it. I love it. It's one of her painty papers in the background, I think. Oh, look at that. Love it. I love it. Ooh, I don't want to move the leaf. Love that, Linda. And another card. Oh, this is a playing card. And she put a napkin on there. Patty, thanks for everything. Enjoy the videos. Finished the playing card. Enjoy the ATC. It was fun. Catch on the tube. Linda's Mixed Up Mess. Oh, Minions. I love the Minions. Oh, thank you, Linda. This was fun. What a fun swap. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my, I think I'm going to have to do another gnome page in my journal. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. And this is the second page to honor Linda at Linda's Mixed Up Mess. Now, I was watching her the other day, and she made the cutest little screen door. And I thought to myself, I have to make a little screen door, too. So I sat here, and Mr. Possum was sleeping, so I didn't film it, but I just rummaged through some drawers and just thought up one idea after another. So this little door just evolved. So let me show you how I made my little screen door. First, I was going through the drawer looking for some junk, some cardboard to make the door out of, and I found these little mats that belong inside of frames. Now, it's kind of uneven because these were left over from another project that I was doing. But I thought if I put two back to back, like this, then I wouldn't have to cut out the middle, and that would save me some work. So I pulled one out, and I said, okay, I'm going to use this. Now, she used regular screening, I think it was, probably left over from doing a window, and I didn't have any screening. So I'm rummaging around again, looking for things. And I do have a big bag of all these little bags. You know, that you put like little trinkets in or potpourri or something like this. And I have a bunch. I think I bought a whole bunch of these on clearance at Michael's one day. And I'm drying some lavender from my lavender plants and some mint too. Some lavender and some mint, and making these little sachets with them. And I only have 4 of them made. But hopefully the lavender plants will grow some more this year, and then I'll make some more. Give them away as gifts, I guess. Okay, so then I have my bag and I had my frame. But see, you've got this little slice going through there, so I figured it wouldn't fit, but then I worked that out by just cutting off the ribbon And then cutting down the sides like this. And then once you do that, you can open it up. And now there's enough to go across the screen door. Okay, so now my idea is developing. But I'm thinking she had this divided, like an upper part and a lower part. So I'm thinking, well, all I had to do was put something across the middle. And you can't see it, but over here is a big pile of stuff. And look what came in the mail today. So this was sitting on the top. This was some junk mail, but it's a very bright silver envelope. I think this was from the Mazda dealer. And so what I did was I cut this little strip of paper, kind of heavy, nice envelope, and I put that across the middle. So now I had my door with my little netting as a screen and strip across the middle. Now I was still going to put two of these frames back to back. Where'd the other one go? Like this. But I'm thinking this is kind of heavy. So if I put two of these together, that's going to be really heavy. So there was a lot of this envelope, so I figured, well, why not? And I cut out a whole section and just glued it to the back. So this is the natural color of the mat. And then I just glued this silver paper from this junk envelope on there. Okay, so now I had my door with brown on the back and nice silver on the front. And I have my strip across, and I have my little screening. And I'm thinking about the old screen doors that were made out of aluminum, because that's what this paper reminds me of. And I'm thinking, you know, they had this filigree on the bottom because, you know, the kids would run through the door and push it with their hands, and they're always popping out the screen. So they started putting this like filigree, and they had like maybe bird and leaves and different things on it. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I should put something there. And I got out this little die. It was actually a gift to me. Oh, I think this was a giveaway. Maybe this was a giveaway that I won. And I cut out another piece of the silver envelope with the die. Didn't do the whole thing, just part of it. And I put that across there. And then with the die set, there was two corner dies. So I cut them out also because on the old farmhouse doors, sometimes you see the fancy little corners like that. But then it was too nice and shiny. So I just took a rag and some of this black ink and scuffed it up, especially where the doorknob goes, right? And down here where kids would kick the door open with their feet. And then I just put a brad there for a doorknob. So now I have my screen door, and I'm really happy with it. But I think to make it more authentic, it should have a little patch. And I still might do that. Because, you know, if we got a hole in the screen, we used to like cut a little patch of screening and put it on there so the flies wouldn't get in. And I think if I do that, that would be really authentic. So I might still do that. I'll think about that. So that's how I made my door. And then I'm thinking, I'm going to put the door on the page. And the door should have a house, right? And the house should have a background. Well, I had this scrapbook page that was really torn up. And it was not the size of what the page in my journal was going to be. So I'm doing a Franken paper here. I'm sort of cutting the paper up into little pieces so it fits around the little house that I'm going to put on the page. And to make the little house, I am cutting up this donut box. Hey Linda, I didn't throw away my donut box. Gluten-free. So the whole house is being built out of this donut box. So the house is going to be about that big. And I'm going to piece together all these papers. And the top of the box, you know, a little flap that tucks in, reminded me of a little roof. So I said, okay, we could put a little roof on the house like this. And even I'll leave a little part there because that looks like the little part that goes over the door, right? And so then I have my door. And then I'm thinking, I have to get this all glued down together, right? So I'm sitting here staring at this, and I'm thinking, well, the door needs a frame. So I cut a frame, again, out of the donut box. And I cut that out carefully with a knife so the door fits in the frame. And then I'm just sitting here staring at this for a while because I've never done this before, so I didn't film it because I was just sitting here and really not knowing what I was doing and just trying different things, experimenting. And I'm thinking that I should have a little step down here. So I cut out some more of the donut box, of course. I put down here. Oh, not up there. Down here. Like a little step coming out the door. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to put something on here to make that look like a roof. And I'm going to paint my door frame and put something on here to make this look like a step. But you know what? I've got a background. I got sky and trees, so that works for me. This guy's got a tire swing. I should keep that there. And let's see. Something like that. Once I get it all pasted together. And I'm thinking, oh, okay. Now I need something inside the door. So the door was going to open like that. So I have to put little hinges on this, but I'm not going to do that till I paint the door frame. So something needs to be in the house. Now the first thing I thought about was putting the little gnome that Linda gave me in the house. But you know what? This is so springy, it looks like outside, right? With the leaves and the flower and the word spring. So I can't have a door going into the house with a gnome that looks like he's outside. So I went through my gnome pictures that I have. I have this gnome book that I'm cutting up to make a journal, which I haven't finished yet, right? So I have this picture of a gnome in the house, and it kind of looks like he's by a chair and he wants to welcome you into his home and tell you to have a seat. I said, oh my gosh, that's going to be so cute. So that'll be inside the door. So we're looking in the house at the gnome, and he's offering you a seat. And then I'm thinking maybe I'd like the house to be wood. So on the same page that I cut this out of, see this little wood strip here? Well, there was a little wood left over from that picture. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I can put some wood on the outside of this house so it looks like a wood house. Okay, that's my thought process. And what I'm going to do right now is paint the door frame and glue these pieces down and put something on the roof here, make it look like a roof. And then I'll come back. Okay, I went to get some paint and I said, maybe I'll just be lazy and do it with magic marker. If this doesn't work, then I can go over it with paint. Well, these aren't magic marker, these are Premier by Nicole markers. And I just want it to look like wood, so I figured this might be fine, right? Cardboard's white. Shouldn't have too much of a problem. I think these are like alcohol markers because they stink. Okay, I'm going to start with a little light color. Around the edge. These markers are old. Need to use them before they dry out. This is back when A.C. Moore had the 40% off coupons. And these markers come in little sets. And I used to go and buy one set at a time with a 40% off coupon. Well, I was looking through the box to find some paper that sort of looked like grassy or moss to put on the roof of my little gnome home. And I saw this background. And I thought it was kind of pretty. I was probably saving it for my gnome journal, but oh well. I think I'm going to use it on this page, so I just glued that down. And this is going to be the roof of the house. Because gnomes might like a little camouflage on their roof, right? So I'm going to glue this onto the roof, and then I'm going to construct the house. Okay, this is what I've done so far, besides make a terrible mess all over everything here. I got my background glued down. I got my little house, and I put some wood from the gnome book that was left of the picture. Take my door off here. And then on the door frame, I colored it with the magic markers. Colored it like wood-like colors with the markers. So this is what I did with the markers, and this is just paper from the gnome book. And there's my gnome inside his house. So that part is done. I still have to make hinges for my door, and I'm working on the roof, and I actually cut it down a little bit because I wanted to see some more of the sky over the house. So I'm going to be gluing the roof down there. And then the part of the roof that I cut off, I may use that instead for the step down here. And when I glued the house down, I left it open like a pocket. Where's my ruler? I don't know where my little ruler is. All right. All right, so I got a little bit of a pocket here. Stretch the paper out a little bit. Put something in there. All right, so 3 things to do. Make a little hinge, glue on the roof, and glue on the step. I need to find some material for the hinge because that's what Linda used. Well, part 2 is finished before I started part 1. I was going to do this page after I did this page. I got out this pretty napkin, and I'm going to decoupage it on there and take this lovely envelope that she made and glue it on there, put all the little goodies in there, and then I cut out things from the front of the envelope to decorate the page with, little stamps that she had put on there. I was going to put that all together, and then I started making this screen door. Because thinking about Linda, I was thinking about the screen door she made the other day. So I started constructing a screen door, and then I decided I had to build a house. And then I kept changing the background, and then I found a really beautiful picture to put inside of my gnome home. I have to be careful because the hinges are still a little wet. But everything is glued down, and when I glued the house down, I made it a pocket, and in the pocket is a special little paper bag, decorated, grunged up, and the little gnome card that Linda sent. Happy spring. I love it. So now the little gnomes have a little home. And it fits perfect right into the little home. A little bit sticking out so I can pull it in and out like that. And the little screen door that I learned how to make over at Linda's Mixed Up Mess. So what I just did, it wasn't a very good tutorial because I did most of the making of the screen door off camera. So I'll link Linda's channel below so you can go over and see how she did it. But yes, I did put a little patch on the screen. Because when I was a kid, our screen doors always had patches. But I love the little door and the little gnome inside in his little house. But I'm going to call this video done because it's going to take me a while yet to do the first page, part 1. So I'll probably put up part 2 before I do part 1. Because I want to make a really pretty page for this envelope that she sent. So thanks for coming along today, and I want to wish everybody happy junk journaling. Bye-bye now.